Hi guys, today we're going to react to Dark Horse by MESSA. This is a BuyMeACoffee request from PeterG. Thank you, Peter, for this request and for your support. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Peter. We appreciate another MESSA request. We enjoyed the last one, so let's see what this one's all about.
Yeah. I didn't say it when we first reacted to MESSA, but something I think in the lead vocalist's voice slightly reminds me, not fully, but slightly reminds me of the Italian band Lacuna Coil. Something in the texture. The song itself starts, I think, in a riveting way. It's a sense of dramatic urgency, an overbearing tone that delivers seriousness. It's not a light-hearted entry from MESSA. I don't know if they have light entries, but it feels heavy. I love the rhythm. It immediately engages you, and I love the structure so far. Beautiful.
Yeah, this one is a little bit more, I don't know, maybe it's faster than the previous one and less of that sort of haunting quality that the first one had. I'm really enjoying the more upbeat tempo. The subject matter feels to be along, like, not necessarily meaning wise, but as far as just as dark maybe as the previous one. They have that going for them, which I said this in the first one, that it reminds me a little bit of Brutus, something in the delivery as well. So far, I'm really enjoying this band. They're 2 for 2 with me.
There's a somewhat of a hypnotizing effect in the way that the rhythm keeps pounding and you get immersed in the experience. I don't think it's a casual listen when you put on a type of song like that.
Well, the subject matter definitely doesn't have a casual feel to it. There's always some sort of an intensity behind them, and it shows here as well.
the subject matter, it's still percolating. It's not easy to decipher. It makes it frustrating and pleasurable at the same time, I think. Off the top of my head, if I have to say what I think it's about, it could be a protest against the fickle nature of fate, that you don't know what's coming. Because in the chorus it says, I only see with my eyes closed. You are just buying a dark horse. So the second line, you are just buying a dark horse, to me it means that it's rigged. A dark horse is an element that goes under the radar and yet wins the competition or wins whatever. You're just buying a dark horse, I mean, you're buying your win. And nobody knows that everything is predetermined that you're going to win. And I only see with my eyes closed, it means to me that I can only see the truth when I don't let my eyes deceive me. So that's what brought me to the notion that the narrator is frustrated with fate, with the fact that it doesn't matter what you do, your fate is already determined. It either could mean that, or it could mean something personal or a particular event or experience that I can't quite figure out right now. But that's what I got from it so far.
Well, getting into the dark horse thing, dark horse is also what you described, but not only. Dark horse can refer to an underdog. The dark horse wins the race is usually the underdog, the one that nobody thought had any chance. Saying, I can only see with my eyes closed, meaning I have some sort of gut feeling about things. When I'm not looking at people trying to deceive me, my intuition will lead me to the right way to see. And they're saying, you're just buying a dark horse. It means, like, to me, you're just believing something that when you look at logic and reality has a very, very small chance of being the right thing. But overall, I think the song is potentially maybe not just to do like with a theological thing, to do with faith or religion or something like that, but also maybe politics and looking at the way people just kind of believe things and go a certain way with no real reason sometimes, where logic is put aside. They just go with whatever, with getting the wool pulled over their eyes kind of thing. It starts off with lines saying, closed in a vortex, but screaming, dreaming to regain faith through other schemes. So it's like you're feeling trapped, maybe kind of overwhelmed by the situation, but you are imaginative. You will work out a way to find something to believe in and kind of to move forward with. The second verse says, obnoxious baby believing feeling, and then my favorite line, tomorrow bites the hand that feeds. So I thought that was to do with perhaps people being entitled, like an obnoxious baby. And the tomorrow bites the hand that feeds perhaps is saying there are repercussions to come for this type of behavior.
Obnoxious baby believing feeling. I like what you said about the entitlement part, because entitlement leads eventually to delusion when there are no consequences. So either they're talking about a generation of people who are led by their feelings, to which we can relate, and that's a fair interpretation, because with that you can explain a lot of the things that are happening in the world, where you have a bunch of people that have no real merit and their reality is dictated by their feelings. That would lead to such a critical judgment of those people, as one interpretation of what we're reading.
This was in the second part of the first verse, and then it takes you back to that second line that says to regain faith through other schemes. So it's like you're looking for some kind of faith through other schemes, not through facts and reality and whatever. It's other schemes, which if you apply this to what's happening today, that is talking about empathy and how people have put empathy above fact, above everything else, and it leads to that obnoxious baby line that, as you said, we can relate to that because that is sort of in line with what we think about today. But I'm not 100% sure that it's going in that way or we're interpreting it that way because this is the way we think.
We're not without bias.
Because the pre-chorus says pressure in saying you're here to blame. And I'm not sure if it means you're here to blame so that you are the one who will take the blame, or you're here to blame someone else.
When I read it, you're here to blame is like you're the placeholder of the thing that they can blame. If it's God, then it's all God's fault. I don't believe in God because God lets people die. That's why I'm an atheist.
Yeah, because there is basically insane pressure, maybe to take a side or to take a stand or to take a position on anything. And basically blame has become a way. It's like if you can blame the other side, then your side is okay. But it doesn't work that way because blame goes all the way around and people forget to try to look for a solution, but prefer to find someone to blame for a situation.
And casting blame is a great tool to avoid accountability, which leads to entitlement, which leads to delusion. It's all connected. keep coming back to the chorus. I only see with my eyes closed. You are just buying a dark horse. I wonder what it means with regard to our possible interpretation. Because if I'm a person who's seeing the changes in the world and is probably discontent with the way things are going, it could possibly mean that you're trying to shut down whatever narrative is already agreed upon as a consensus. If you don't agree with it, then that means something about your character. If you have a weak character, then you might be tempted with going with the flow. Every time we see an influencer or somebody who attempts to express their opinion, but they know that they might get in trouble because there are things you can't say, otherwise you'll be canceled, then they preface it with saying unpopular opinion, with the emphasis on the word opinion. It's my opinion. Don't tear me down for expressing an opinion. It's like they're apologizing before they speak. You think about the hate comments and the criticism that they're going to get. It connects to I only see with my eyes closed. You need to shut everything down and not care about the fact that you might go against an already decided upon narrative in order to really conjure up a genuine opinion or an observation. It's like a formula to some extent of recognizing what is true and what is not. Also, like when a detective investigates a clear-cut murder scene where it's clear who the killer is, but he has to disregard the way things look and rely on the science because things are not always as they seem. So with a more scientific approach, measuring things objectively, that's what exposes the truth. So I'd like to think that the intuition you mean is the realization that it might not be what I think it is. I need to step out of myself in order to look at what I'm looking at with virgin eyes, look at it objectively so I can come to a serious conclusion. That's where the intuition serves me, to know that I might be wrong with my opinion, so not rely on my opinions.
The intuition, I mean, is shutting down the outside noise and listening to your inner voice, listening to yourself, to your intuition, and to your prior knowledge of things, you know, history, science, whatever else you have that you go with, previous experiences even.
Yeah.
And the dark horse that is referred to here can be either or what we've described before, but it could also just mean something dark with potential hidden dangers that you're not seeing.
I think that last part supports both yours and my theory. I think we're talking about the same thing. I think we're in agreement on what we think the song means. There was like a slithering notion from that last section. To my mind, it means the process you go through in order to shut everything down so you can see clearly. And at the end, when they stopped the music, I heard the sound of water flowing. It's like a moment of clarity. When you go through that process of shutting everything down, and it's a tough process, you have to resist many popular opinions to reach an honest conclusion. And when you finish that process, then you start seeing things clearly. That's what it meant to me.
It sounded like the last maybe even minute, maybe longer of the song is actually giving us space to do that. It was like giving you thinking music. There you go. Now think about what has been said. And it feels like there was, along with that criticism, there was even criticism of those currently in power and those who are rising to power. In that line, don't bother claiming all is right for leading. It's interesting. It's telling you basically to beware that there is a sense of darkness and danger in going in the way that people are going, in the way that they make up their opinion and follow that. Musically, fantastic. I love this song. I love this kind of tension. It's a very tense song, very dark. Follows on beautifully from the first one we heard from them. So really, really cool.
I love the fact that it's not designed to soothe you. It almost invades your mind. It's not a song you go to sleep with. It's a song that makes you feel exhausted after having listened to it because it engages many regions of the mind. It makes you think, regardless of the lyrics, there's a thick energy that is conveyed from the composition itself. Even if you don't speak the language, you still feel like you've been through something, some ordeal. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. It's designed to create unease, and it does that very well. For some reason, we tend to kind of enjoy that. Thank you, PeterG, for another awesome request from MESSA. We really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Peter, for yet another MESSA request. More like this will be much appreciated, and thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make your request through BuyMeACoffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
For reference, if you're interested in checking a previous MESSA request, it should be up on the screen sometime about now. Give it a click, check it out. Thank you so much for all the support you're throwing our way. We appreciate it. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.